My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire. In Downfall, we are going to be playing the slime boss. Yes, it's going to be on Ascension 1. Gotta learn the new character before I can climb with the new character, right? And there's a lot that's new about the character. In particular, hey, wouldn't it be nice to actually probably run a little bit of a tackle build? Maybe? I've tried so many times before and had my heart broken so many times before, but that was all just preamble to this, where tackles are more consistently usable, is my understanding. Or at least I believe that was one of the design goals. I mean, look, that's a random error. You know, it's fine, I guess. I'll take this split upgrade. It's a huge amount of damage potential early on. And split into Gorilla, and I guess I'll take Leeching so I can heal back up if need be. No, that's my slime I would have needed for the healing. Never mind, this does prevent me from having to heal, so still kinda. Perfect. Slurp, Sampling Lick, or Tongue Lash. Slurp now gives you block as well as the licks, although I think it used to be 3 to 4. Was it 3 to 4? No, it was 2 to 3. Wow, so licks got made more powerful. Good, good, good. Interesting. Tongue Lash is over here. By base deals more damage, I think. I'm not 100% on all of the numbers here, but I think it does more damage by base now. Deals additional damage for each exhausted card containing licks, so not just each card. I mean, that offers me a build and a direction really early on. I like that. I like that a hell of a lot. I'm not so desperate for upgrades here that I'll take a curse. Yeah. Let's go Bruiser Maya. Alright, double defend this turn. I guess the goal here is just see if I can do almost any damage. Okay, cool. So we know that the tackle damage occurs before the healing effect from the Heart of Goo. It's one of the things I wanted to test there, but also I did know, following up on that, I was going to have the ability to heal back up to the full anyway, so it was a free test for us, apparently. Effectively, rather. Consume, add a lick to your hand. So, this gives you the ability to chain licks off of licks. Upgrades to add a lick plus for more goop. It's like a good consumption trigger in the middle of a deck, I guess. Sampling Lick is obviously already a card that just gives lick and gives block for 0 cost. How much draw is there actually in the tool set for this character? There's very little, isn't there? That is to say positive draw, right? This card replacing itself is not necessarily quote-unquote draw in this instance. Or at least in the way that I'm working it here. This seems like it's going to be more useful for the upcoming elite fights, but I also have like 3 more fights between me and the elite fights. So I've got time to get weapons. I'll take Sampling Lick. I mean, like, I could look at the merch. I guess, so these items, rather, these relics, won't generate in the future, right? Regardless of whether or not I looked here. So this just gives me the ability to know the gambling chip, the gemstone gun, the strange spoon. I'm very exceedingly unlikely to find those in the future. I don't do much damage, so going down that path doesn't really make any sense for us. Hit the wrong card at the very end there, as you might have expected. And thankfully, it's not a problem regardless. Goop armor. So that makes sense, right? If we have a bunch of licks in the deck, we're very, very likely going to be consuming quite consistently. So goop armor becomes a pretty good source of armor for us in the deck that runs in that fashion. I'm not being weakened on this turn, so I'm going to Sampling Lick the back line, double defend, and then strike the front, leaving me for a single strike to kill the front line. So just defend and then get a Mire and a Bruiser out there just so that I can guarantee that I have more health gain past this point. Could have been more, I guess. Variable, when you would die, heal to 30% of your max HP instead. And, I mean, that's a Disrupting Slam, which is just AoE damage as well as AoE weak. AoE weak is pretty good. Only if they intend to attack, naturally, though. That becomes a lot better next floor. I'm gonna take it, but I'm not happy about it. I'd have preferred a lot else. Okay, so we get 2 extra question marks here at the absolute least. Quetstone, pick up upgrade to random attacks. Like the Disrupting Slam, getting the 2 weak and the 8 damage is actually a pretty good upgrade, but, you know, the strikes and the tackles are not. I'll take the Sapphire Key there. I'm gonna have to take a Sapphire Key eventually. Assuming we live throughout the entirety of the run, right? Okay. So we've seen the effect that the cultists give you should you give them the Broken Wing statue. They give you a pre-upgraded version of the Ritual Dagger as well as a Cultist Potion, if I recall correctly. Which is honestly kind of minimal, because you have to take this and then you have to not encounter any cultists along the line, otherwise they just take the relic and run away. And then you're denied that fight. I'm just going to be taking the Sharpened Fragment, I think, almost all of the time here. It itself is just add a Crystal Shiv to our hand at the start of each turn. If that just murders the backline for us and heals us up a little bit, that's basically as good as it could possibly be. Okay, we Corrosive Spit, then Disrupting Slam, just to try and get some defense in here. Hmm. 12, 18, okay, we've got lethal. Unless we cast the wrong card, in which case we probably don't have lethal anymore. Slime Tap. Absorb to gain 2 energy and draw 2 cards. I like it. It's just, I'm not often going to be set up with the Absorb yet. I don't think I'm going to be putting too many slimes into this deck. Leech Energy is not bad, right? It's a way to get some positive draw into the deck. A way to trigger off as many consumes as we possibly can. I think we will actually be taking it for exactly those reasons then. This is one of the fights that did convince me ultimately that I needed the Disrupting Slam. The AoE of these... Oh my god, it's 2 Sneaky Grumblers as well. Yikes. Okay. 1 more damage per stack of goop. There goes the backliner. And we split into definitely Gorilla. Probably Bruiser as well. We need some unweakened damage going in against its enemies after we get weak. Oh, Ginger! I can't believe I have ever said anything even slightly negative about you, Ginger. My apologies. My deepest, sincerest regrets are with that one action I took. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. Got him. Alright, that's a lot of our block core if we manage to get the deck, quote-unquote, online. Maya, Bruiser. Good Disrupting Slam right there. What's the matter, Gremlin? You're looking pretty disrupted. Don't even get me started on how slammed you look. 6 block. Soon that's going to be happening every action we take and every move we make. Well, don't really have time to show off here. The start of the battle, sorry, the turn rather, sorry, lose 15 of your block rather than all of it. double lick, and it's a lick that adds a lick to the hand. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Weak. Interesting. Watcher on floor 1, I think, is the Rage Watcher, which actually does make the weak potion pretty appealing here. However, I don't think it's more appealing than any of the other options I have. Do I really want to try and take a pain with me? I do. I deeply do. It's so good. I can hardly turn that down. 4 block whenever you consume. I mean, that is a serious upgrade. That said, upgrading anything that gives me draw as a result of it, I think is also pretty damn important. Given the prior identified lack thereof. Alright, get licked upon. Yeah, I do just want the ability to get the goop armors out, if possible here. That's far too much damage from that leech energy right now. I guess we're shoveling shivs back into the draw pile. I don't really love that I'm doing that right now, but you do what you gotta. Shame to get split at the very end there. Making it real difficult to set stuff up appropriately. God, am I actually going to panic button this time? No, I can't do that. Getting the leeching and the Maya. Try as best we can to decrease the incoming damage on these following turns. So, Shiv, Spit, Strike, big defend, big tackle. That's the power of consuming, especially with the Crystal Shiv. That's like a consume every turn. Oh no, now now the cretins are gonna get them by themselves. I shouldn't have done that. Whenever you apply goop, apply 1 additional goop. Hey, it seems about right for us. Schlurp, a repeatable source of lick generation, giving it some scaling in later fights with the Tongue Lash. Ooh, that's damage is the thing about that. I need to try and kill the backliner if possible. It's a significant reduction of incoming damage from that turn, which is going to matter because the next space is the boss. Okay, I don't kill the enemy this turn because I want them to get Maya again, after which now your life may end. First time you consume each turn, add a lick to your hand. I mean, look, that's... We're doing too much. Also, I missed out on the Protect the Boss. That's my bad. That was a new card, and I just completely spaced on it. This is great. We'll defend and then Schlurp, getting those licks out there. Then Maya leeching, making sure that we have repeatable consume triggers. Okay. Goop armor to start with, and then give him a big ol' leech energy. Lick. Gluttony. Attack. Getting a lick to hand. Lick. Tackle. And 1 more lick. So we need to know that we don't go overboard here. We need to remove pain. Then we've got 3 setup cards in amidst... none of them need to desperately be out immediately, although Gluttony being out immediately is obviously pretty good. We're missing some defense. We're missing large individual defense. That's one big thing we're currently missing. Get that armor all goopy. Leave the pain in the deck, I think, there. Yes, that's damage. I've correctly identified the incoming as damage. And yet, it does not even slightly affect me. Get him. All right. That's a pretty good proof perfect that that this is working how I wanted it to. Master Purpose absorbs all slime, splitting to a random specialist slime. For each absorb, command them all. There's Slime Slap, consume, that does not remove goop. So, honestly, that's just like a big damage card for us, frankly. And also, it leaves the consume trigger on there, right? Darkling Trio. We've seen Darkling Trio before. We've seen Darkling Trio many a times. Next for 3, when commanded, all of Darkling Slimes attack. Yeah, we were not really command deck. If we're taking anything here, it's Slime Slap, but it could also be nothing. I think I take it. It's upgrade debt, though. Oh. Starting combat. I think it's Runic Dome here. We're going to be putting a lot of cards in this deck that are going to be low cost, those being the licks. So Snecko feels not necessarily great in that circumstance. There's also a little consideration that I have a Pain already in the deck, and I'm going to be drawing it very commonly at the start of the next floor with that. There's also a huge leap between the end of floor 1 than the start of floor 2, so makes that more dangerous as a transition for us. And then there's also the Tiny Bowler Hat, which honestly, like, unless I'm in a really powerful position, I don't necessarily want to take it. Maybe if I have like amplifiers in the deck or some such. But it feels like the Slay the Spire cards. Sorry, that is to say, like, so this is a Slay the Spire card added to your hand on the first turn, cost 0, right? So the second turn you get your first boss card, which means basically if you're running like a relatively thin deck, you probably don't want to put any boss cards in your deck if you have the Tiny Bowler Hat, because you can't play more than 1 boss card a turn. But also, it feels like this might have been designed around the boss cards being very powerful, but they are fine. They're fine. They're not ridiculously powerful. Like, a lot of them have analogs as just cards that exist in other classes. Some of them are worse than cards that typically exist as well. Yeah, it's definitely going to be the routine there for me, rather. I can see a particularly aggressive path here that gives us 3 elites, no rests. 3 elites, no rests. That's, well, that might be... Okay, well, see, the thing about that is no. Let's get that Slime Slap upgrade. Ooh, Shell's Parasite already. Gosh, I can't even remember if they can attack for 21 on turn 1. It's been a long time since I've intently focused on those parts. Gonna make sure to leave you with a lick. And okay, this could be the 7x2, I guess. Goop Armor, Gluttony. Yeah, Goop Armor, Gluttony. And we'll hit that, consume the goop, and then lick, consume the goop again, bend one more time, 7x2. Another 10. So you definitely can't do the 10 this turn because you just did it twice. I should have left him with a lick. Now I don't have the ability to draw, and I'm about to pay for it pretty hard because the enemy's probably going to use the 21 this turn. Oh, why? If it isn't the... well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. Ow. I know I'm losing HP to the pain right now. I'm also trying to... I've already maxed out the Heart of Goo. But the biggest thing there is I'm leaving myself with block on following turns as well from the calipers, just in case. Molotov, Light 30 Soulbone, Schlurp re-upgraded. Do not mind if I do not mind. If I do not mind. We are on Ascension 1, which means the enemy is attacking for a 6x2 onto 5x2? Jumping between different Ascension levels. You'll lose the numbers from time to time, you know? I know they're not attacking for as much as they previously were at the moment. That's going to be good enough for me. Okay, they are... Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to pre-block some for next turn. Woo! Hey, we've got to be mad at that one. Okay, then double lick, crystal shiv, lick, strike. We're fine with the rest. We're not fine with the rest of the deck yet. Fine. I'm putting damage out on the field. Just to guarantee that that's not the vulnerability setup and then I can't kill the enemy next turn. Was the vulnerability setup as well, so I'm glad I did that. So we can see Flame Tackle. Is this like double? Like Tackle Zeal 1 more, Tackle Zeal 2 more? Or previously it was 2 and 3? I think this is more than it was before. I think we're still fine on all those options though. This could be rough. Let me into Schlurp. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid using the tackle there just in case the enemy was using their big hit on that turn. Okay. Goop armor. We lick. Slam, weakening the enemy. Double lick. Shiv. Defend. And then we still need to throw all of those out. Gosh, this pain, like, as soon as it's gone, we're gonna be so much better off. And we're like a space away from removing it now. Explosive. Megalick. Okay, apply weak to all enemies as well as the foregroup. That's nice. Sampling Lick is also more block. And in the first cycle through the deck, what do we need? Well, yeah, other than Mummified Hand. Well, of course I know I could use one. Hey, don't... No. You let me get a word in edge. I can't believe you would... In an... Honestly, it was probably block, though. Sampling Lick on this... Oh. I mean, they're both different ways of approaching block. I'm gonna take Megalick, and I'm probably gonna regret it later. I really want the honestly, I need like immediacy of damage. I think I do have to take the explosive potion there. You know, way. Good. I really need to be able to get goop on the enemies at the start of the fight. So often we're just going past all the cards that would benefit from it. Okay. Goop armor. Slurp them. Get slurped. That's a good tongue lick right there. Enemy only stays on the board for one more turn, so there's no need for me to do anything except for just those 2 damage cards. I guess I could have done a little bit more damage had I used the consume effect one. Peace. Okay. Serve and Protect has been changed. Good. I like that change. Serve and Protect previously was such a weird card in my mind. And the Divide and Conquer was a bit weird as well. They had like a unique design to them. It's just I could never really find out how they should be used or could be used. A 8 block and a random 0 cost exhausted card. A lot of the time that's just gonna get a lick. 8 block and a lick upgrades to 11 block and a lick. That's not awful. It's a larger block individual as well. That said, grow. Lose a slime slot in exchange for 2 strength and 2 dex. I don't use slimes. I can't believe I've been turning that down until this point. Barbell! Whenever you enter a rest site, if you have 10 non-upgraded cards in your deck, upgrade 1 at random. Love that. I love that for us. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so how many rest sites am I going to visit? I'm going to visit 2 more rest sites on this floor and then probably 3 on the next floor. So that's like buying 5 upgrades for random cards in the deck at this point. I really wish that I could take that as well as the bag of preparation. But I can't, so I won't. And I shan't. This is why the explosive potion was the thing we wanted. It's got to be Gorilla and Maya. And Goobama. Ah! Why'd you have to be attacking? Shiv, Schlurp. Lick, hit, lick, hit. We get to hold on to 3 block for this turn. Yeah, I'm rich. I'm officially ultra wealthy. It has happened. So now do I have to eat myself? Well, I ponder that query. I'm gonna grow in the meantime. And just keep on keeping on. Yeah, this is a deck. This is a deck. We gotta smooth out its opening, but you absolute best believe this is a deck. So, because the Heart of Goo can only be triggered up to 8, or rather, it can only heal you up to 8. Not up to 8 times, but up to 8 HP. That's removed the gameplay pattern I was about to have to engage in of, okay, how many goops can I get before I think the enemies are going to deal damage to me? I like... Honestly, like, Slay the Spire base game has had a preference for removing things that created weird patterns of play in that kind of way. For instance, you can't generate things like feed from random card generation. You can't generate things like Reaper from specifically from repeatable random card generation, right? The kinds of things that you would have to just stay in a fight constantly and do. You can't generate bandages from magnetism. That's probably the most clear example of it, because otherwise you'd be incentivized to stay in every fight as long as you possibly can to heal back up to full. And that's just not a fun play pattern to be engaged in. So I appreciate the change of the Heart of the Goop specifically for that reason. Effects that apply Goop apply 2 more, upgrades to 3. I don't think that's the way I play. I also don't think I need Leeching Strike here either. It's something that is good when my build is all together, but when my build is all together, I am already good without needing that. Do I really want to just heal a bunch here at the start of the battle? I don't think I do. I think I set up a giant lick or a giant goop on the target. I think the reason I do that is because Slime Slap is in the deck, so I might be able to take advantage of it and it still be there. That's not good. Oh, gosh. I guess Schlurp, lick, strike, lick. I haven't got a goop armor, but okay, the enemy didn't stack for as much as they possibly could have there. Thank you. Just get that kill and move on with our lives. Spike slimes? No. It's fine defense. I just don't think I need it. Hungry Tackle is also a random 0-cost exhausted card, but it's also a tackle, and I don't necessarily need that. Megalick got upgraded. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I do have a lot of specific cards I still need upgraded. Both of those goop armors, they contribute a huge amount to my defense, so yeah. They are priority upgrades right there. Remove all strikes. obtain 5 bites. It's more unupgraded cards for the sake of the the barbell, but I feel like the barbell is probably always going to be available for us here. It gives us more healing back, which is nice. Gives us more attacks in the base deck. It skews our deck aggressive, which is not nice. It lowers our max HP considerably, which is hard to deal with. I would be able to take that and then afterwards raise my max HP by 10 by breaking the Sapphire Key, but I don't think I can sustain that damage in later fights specifically. I really don't want to go to that shop. But I do need to fight more shopkeepers. It's just I also really don't want to fight. So, like, if this is any of the elites on this floor with a strength buff, we die. That's the decision maker there. Gotta avoid that strength buff. Let's just go Mire and Leeching to try and guarantee the next turn's effectiveness. Okay, Gluttony, we're disrupting Slam, weakening the enemy, taking him down to 3 by 5, I think, right now. So 15 damage. I'll take 3. Grow is doing good work right there. Slime Slap was left in the deck. I really shouldn't have consumed all of my lick there. Actually, it would have been a pretty significant amount of damage. That said, we're pretty well set up for the next shop to be the kill against the merchant. That's not bad. I mean, like, it's damage in AoE. It's 9 damage AoE, as well as having an extra slime out on the board. But it's also in between me and the rest of my cards. You know, the good ones. Double lick is right there. Sure. Remove all strikes, obtain 3 upgraded tackles. Well, that is... So the difference in damage there is literally 10. Yeah. But it also upgrades 3 cards in the deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 unupgraded cards in the deck still afterwards. I think we're fine on that. Nice. Yeah, it's the other goop armor. We're really heavily reliant on those goop turns. Goop armor into Schlurp. Schlurp on him responsibly. Nice. I'm glad we played around the biggest attack that we possibly could have there rather than going for more damage. As it turns out, that was damn near essential. Now the enemy is doing a 5x2 this turn. Bop. 4x2, sorry. I can't kill this turn, right? Nope. But I can sure as heck set up for it. These smooth stones start with 1 dex. Not bad. Another Schlurp. The thing is, I think it's actually leech energy. We need to make sure that we have the ability to get to enough cards to trigger the consume quite consistently. Otherwise, what are those, what are the goop armors even doing? Nothing? That's not good. That's the opposite of that. That will kill the frontliner for us. Yep. And set up quite effectively on the backliner. Even giving us extra block for the next turn. Yeah, at this point, I definitely end up drawing some lethal next turn. The more I try and go off on that turn, the less likely I am to actually end up killing the enemy on the next turn, weirdly. Nibble. It's a 4 damage card. 0 cost itself, adds a random 0 cost card to your hand, upgrades to be an upgrade 0 cost card. There's also Ooze Bath, guarantee that the enemy has goop at the start of each of their turns, so I don't have to chain my turns in the way that I have been so far. Yeah, that's not bad. Seeing double, at the start of each turn, a mirror image of the Silent will hide her real location. Got it. Mire and Leeching get a game though. Ah, that doesn't reveal, but this one had the buff icon go up on it. Also, I guess this has got to be the Goops one, right? Yeah, nice. We're doing good damage. Okay, both of them targeted the front line. I mean, I'm going to goop at the start of the turn anyway, so... And also, there's nothing in my hand that will prevent that. Do I know how to block that turn? I have Slime Slap left in deck, so we'll try and find the target with the Crystal Shiv. Reveals that to be the target instead. Schlurp for 60 damage with the Slime Slap. Followed up with a Tackle for a great amount of damage. Wow! That Riddle with Holes was potent. Good thing we're extremely over-defended. Alright. This should be the last turn. For precisely that reason. Leech Life is good. Is it necessary in this deck? I can generate a lot of goop on a target. That could heal a pretty significant amount of life for me. Every battle. Every battle. But it's another expensive card that is... Like, it's a capstone to a fight. You don't really want to use it in the intro. Well, I guess it depends. If you're floating lost health constantly, I guess you use it in the intro. If we were playing, higher Ascensions, this would be a no-brainer. I would take it, and it'd be bad in some draws, but it would be really good in others. But I am also just trying to kind of ball out of control with the lick spam here. I'm going to pass, and I'm going to continue to ball out of control. You can no longer smith at rest sites. That's fine by me. I wasn't planning on it anymore. Well, was I? What cards still need an upgrade? Double Lick. Double Lick. Leech Energy. Any of the ones that draw a card? Am I okay with being card choice limited? I kind of am. Yeah, I'll take that instead, I guess. Okay. There's only one way to get to that elite, and it's a very sad path. Dang. Nice! Leech Energy was one hit. Wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. Oh, there is a rest after it! Okay, good. I was about to say, I thought there was a guarantee that there could never be a rest Or rather, there always had to be a rest after the emeralds on the final floor. Lovely quality of life change right there. So I know both the explosives are attacking, so they're a priority target. It's entirely possible the repulsor in the backline were not attacking, though it were here. Okay. That'll do it. Reaching strike. Block equal to the enemy's goop. You know what? I will take one of those. It's pre-upgraded. Makes it pretty easy to take. No, 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 no. Yeah! I'm very glad that worked out for us. All right, it's goop armor, and then draw. Perfect. Two down. All we have to do is be able to drop this one in a single turn. And honestly, with this hand, that's looking distinctly like... No, distinctly possible. I'm gonna pitch my sight down just a touch. Never mind, it's looking distinctly likely. Yeah, I'll take it over a speed pot. Yep. Gotta punch him because now he gets to upgrade cards. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 unupgraded cards in the deck at this point. And this is if you have at least. Okay. So removing a card, I would want to remove an upgraded card, I guess. I mean, I could... No. Upgrade a card, remove a card, and upgrade a random card. Think we just go with this. Right, and then we'll have 10. And then if we pick up one more card over the pass of all of this, we'll have back to another 10 for the next rest at the very bottom of the map. So I think we remove this tackle and then upgrade a random card. Yeah, Define's fine. Nice. Good growth. And get the gluttony in there. Go for the two highest damage ones just to try and prevent any income damage on turns where I'm not necessarily going to be extremely good at preventing that incoming damage. I mean, the enemy's already not really attacking much this turn. Like, they're not going to break through my... I'll just keep my armor with the calipers instead of letting the enemy hit me that turn and leaving the effect on them. Let's just say the goop. Try and keep him weak if at all possible. Alright. This one's totally fine as well. A bunch of licks into a slime slap. Oh, these leech energies are really doing it. Well, except on that turn where I misplayed them because I mistook my Crystal Shiv for a lick, or the inverse. Let's see, you want to rid of it. Yeah, that's that. Yep, it's pre-upgraded as well. It's totally exactly the right card for the deck. I really wish I could go down this path here. Oh, man. Okay, one shop ought to be enough for me to kill the merchant. Pretty comfy with that. Wasn't really much of a setup turn right there. Yeah. Unfortunately, our turns seem to be split between, like, good setup turns and the rest. Alright, that's all good. Whew. Just a bit worried about not being able to actually find any defense here. Yeah, I find my defense when I attack enemies is the thing. I guess I could try and be very, very passive in this fight. Just never attack. Yeah, that's not a winning strategy. There we go. We'll get that done. Beauty. Nope, don't need that. Not for this build, thank you. Blood Vial, heal for 2 at the start of each combat. I've also got to make sure that I leave myself with 100 gold by that point to actually break the other 2 keys. Speaking of breaking the other 2 keys, let's break these 2 keys. Gosh, do I actually smith a specific card right now? Then I'm going to have to pick up 2 cards in the interim if I actually want to get back to Barbel. You know what? Dumble, you've done. You okay? Okay. Relic? Yes, don't mind if I do. Ooh, Goop Armor and Schlurp and Leech Energy in the opening hand. Now that is an opening hand and a half right there. Huge amount of damage. Sure, we didn't perfectly save our HP, but giant setup. Salvageable HP position. Frankly, what more can you ask for? Just keep the licks coming. Deflecting Braces. At the start of your turn, gain counter equal to the amount of block lost. Oh, nice. Replication just got in hand. Put a copy of that card on top of your draw pile. Whoa, upgrade a copy of it. Oh, yeah, but it's 1 cost now rather than 0 cost. What's the matter? You telling me to go in infinite again? Fair. Totally fair. Honestly, other than Tongue Lash, I don't really want that. Barbell is saying it's still active. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. It's definitely not active. Let me our way into a Schlurpery. Get thee to a Schlurpery. It's effectively the monologue that's been playing in my head at the very start of this run. As soon as I picked the look tasty. Ooh. Hang on. Backline, guys. Yeah. I had a feeling this one was going to be a little bit more stubborn about it. Still only have 1 target to take down here, though. Oh. Tongue Lash will make that pretty easy. I'm so glad I have that in the deck here. Ooh, Goop Spray. Goop Spray! Gain 6 block. Apply 6 block to all enemies. Apply 2 weak to all enemies unconditionally. Yes, please. That's going to matter a huge amount against Niao, who attacks 4. And this is true. 5 billion damage. If I get 2 of these unupgraded, then the barbell's back online. Barbell's back on the menu, boys. Do it. Probably not Chrono Boost. Guardian Coil is not difficult for us to activate. Chrono Boost is a lot of strength for... Actually, it's Chrono Boost, isn't it? We play so many cards and effects. Donu Blast? I haven't really given Donu Blast, like, an opportunity yet. Grief. You stand, at long last, atop the highest peak of the spire. You've spent your years working tirelessly to bring this colossal feat of architecture, a monument to the Great One, to life. Every curve rounded to perfection, every edge meticulously placed. It is done, my love. Covering their lifeless hand with yours, you turn on the machine. A soft hum fills the room. And soon, you feel your very essence being pulled into your creation, swiftly joined by another. You'll both live for all eternity in this place, just as you planned. With a resounding echo, the heart thumps its final beat. That's definitely Donu Decker, right? Literally just curve, edge, and also into your creation, swiftly joined by another. This is extreme. Like, so this is the story of Donu and Decker having previously been, you know, non-geometric beings and having become them in order to kind of save themselves from what seems like death. Sick. We're getting into the deep lore now. Definitely got to throw a leech strike out on that one. So the enemy could do a giant attack this turn, or they could not. It's difficult to tell which they're going to go for, unfortunately. But thankfully, it ought not matter. They did go for the giant attack. They were extremely weakened. Thank you, Goop Armor, for just being so good. I don't think we really have time to scale for Chrono Boost here. Yeah. Prepare. Gain 10 block. Next turn, gain 2 energy and draw 2 cards. That's actually really good for us. Okay. Here is a pretty important fight for us, actually. It does look like it's going to go quite easily in my favor. Just looking at the setup we have in hand here. Yup. Is that overkill now? No. Still weak. Kunai. I do end up playing a lot of attacks in the same turn. Take another double lick. Nope. 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 We're retconning that. There have been too many times recently where there has been a perfect opportunity for a sadistic nature, and I've turned it down like a bum. Well, I can't believe it. So the shops are not seated, apparently. Okay. Well, that means... that means I have to keep doing this until I find the right one. Wait, actually, it looks like now it's giving me the same result every single time. So I got a new shop because it was the space on which I killed the merchant, it seems like. Yeah. Well, Guess I'm going to save some more money for the next floor, and hopefully we find it there then. Hey, good thing, in fact, we didn't spend all our money. Otherwise, we would have been the key. I was saved from myself. Thank you, game, for knowing better than I did, clearly. $20 blocks. 20 blocks good. 20 blocks, nothing to turn your nose up at. Yeah, 40 for ourselves on that turn. So 40 block. I kept 25 of it. Counter did what? Counter equal to the amount of block lost. I have 30 counter. Maybe I had previous stack. Yeah, I must have had previous stacks of counter that didn't get destroyed. Or didn't need to be destroyed, rather. Yep. Having a multi-hit that benefits on both hits from the amount of goop on the enemy, it's pretty good. It's pretty good as it turns out. And then the deck of shields exhausts. And we murder. I don't need a nibble. Well, it's a free attack towards the kunai. The zero costs it can give me are almost exclusively licks at this point. Chronometrics got upgraded. Well, but it got upgraded and it... Excuse me? I didn't just walk away from that without taking the thing, did I? What, did it? There's no way I just walked away. All right. It's time to break out the old hacking. I'm in. Relic add. This is emerald. Wow, okay. I can't just add the relic emeralds. Okay. Key add emerald. And then I am going to exit and come back in here, and then it ought offer me the option to remove that emerald. Key add all. I don't know if I can really affect anything past this point. E, Q, W, event, energy, event. Can I bonfire elementals? So there's an event that takes you to a campfire. That's what I need. The event that takes you to a campfire. Secret portal, scrappoos, no. Dead adventurer, drug designer. Downfall. It's from Downfall, so we'll go Downfall. Boss tester bandits. Augmenter, sensory stone, shiny. We'll get there! Oh, it's happening. You best believe we're saving this. Bandits. Nest, no. Mausoleum. Is it mausoleum? It might be mausoleum. Well, I think we may be trying things at this rate as well, just to try and... Wait, Gremlin game rest? Gremlin wheel game rest. No, that's something afterwards, I think. Wall, we meet again. Statue woman in blue, winding halls. Oh no, it's winding halls! Winding halls. Okay. And then I am going to... Wait, no. I thought this was going to take me to a... It was going to take me to a campfire. Why did I think that was going to take me to a campfire? Just going to unlock. Unlock. Level. Oh, okay. I've crashed the game. Well, all right. That's, okay. So, I don't know if what happens there is that it didn't give me the key after I'd achieved the key, or I forgot to pick up the key. So I either feel bad or justified. I feel one of those two things about what's just happened. I am going to very quickly, looks like specifically crash this game here. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. I'm gonna crash the game there and then launch it back up. We'll finish that run. We're not gonna be able to go to Act 4. Unfortunately. I guess we could get most of the way through killing the boss and then teleport to Act 4. Maybe? I don't know. I feel like we're like on the realm, or rather in the realm of consistently breaking things now. So this might just go up against the final boss, and then that'll be that for us. Be back in just a second. I don't know what happened there. I mean, like, I really wanted to be able to pause the video and then go and check, but if I do that, then I have to edit 2 videos together before this goes online, and this needs to go online relatively soon, so... No such solution in that direction, unfortunately. I usually just rely on my muscle memory to pick those things up. So that's why immediately upon leaving the space, I jettisoned all the information from my head of whether or not I had actually collected it. Alright, this is loading back up just now. We're on the black screen just before it starts. We're about to get some beats. In come the beats. Alright. Is that capturing? Hello? Hello, video game? Would you like to be captured? Please? I absolutely beg of you. Oh, there you go. We've got part of the game now. Not necessarily the part we play. There we go. Alright, and then I'll upgrade... Gosh, I guess I'm gonna manually upgrade Gluttony. Move on forwards. Prepare is just great tech here early. I honestly don't mind the fact that the enemy isn't even going to be hitting me here. Right? That's not why I want it. I just want it so that I can have a particularly impactful setup turn following that point. Chrono boost is so good. Boost path is nice, but I don't think, strictly speaking, it's necessary. That said, I think I'm also going to just style all over this enemy right now, so... Maybe necessary isn't my biggest concern. Lick him. Lick him again. I have no goop armor yet, so... We're fine to lick as many times as we need. Draw a card, then exhaust cards in hand. Ooh. Turn a bunch of cards into licks. Huh? Enemies not attacking this turn? Disrupting Slam. Apply 1 weak to each enemy that intends to attack. This enemy is definitely attacking this turn. Did they have an artifact from... They must have had an artifact from previous turn. The only way that would make sense. Just got to exhaust. Get out of here, Donu Blast. It's a lot of cards to play for the sake of the scaling there. Okay. Bomber into Leech Energy, gives us another Licks. Set up a next Leech Energy. Go. Looks tasty. So striking another double defend. God, we're good at scaling right now. One Megalith. Set ourselves up pretty dang effectively for every other card in hand. Yeah, there's nothing you can do to me. How dare you even consider it? Goodbye, old friend. The world has moved past you. GG. Well, I am going to quickly go and check. I'm gonna go quickly check what happened on that actual floor there, whether or not I just completely spaced out and missed the emeralds. I don't think it's gonna show me in the run history though. Right? Purchased. So wait, would it show when I got the treasure? Okay, so it shows that I got to that treasure, but I didn't take a relic, right? Which gives me the ability to know that I got the blue key there. So it doesn't show you the key gains in there, which means we're gonna have to find that out later. For the moment, though, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire Downfall. That has been the Lick build. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we will see you next time.